From a distance, most bike and motorcycle cockpits look sorted. Then you actually ride. The bottle ejects on the first rough section. The phone rattles hard enough to worry you. The bell you never installed would have prevented that near miss on the shared path, and the lock you meant to bring is sitting at home. These 8 upgrades all target that space in front of you and just behind you. Some genuinely earn their handlebar real estate. A couple only make sense for a specific type of rider, and I'll say so when that's the case. Bike saddle lock hybrid seat. This one exists for a single friction point, the lock you didn't bring. It builds a retractable steel cable and combination or key cylinder straight into the saddle base, so a coffee shop stop doesn't require planning. Treat it as a quick stop deterrent rather than overnight security. 2 things decide whether it's worth it: whether the padding still feels acceptable on longer rides, and whether the cylinder survives rain and grit, which is the usual failure point. Best fit is urban commuters and delivery riders making frequent short stops. Bike tire repair kit set. A flat 20 kilometers out is the classic ruined ride, and this packs tubeless plugs, patches, levers, and a CO2 inflator head into one rattle-free capsule. The details that matter aren't glamorous. Levers need fiberglass reinforced composite construction because cheap ones snap against tight rims exactly when you need them. The inflator head needs clean thread matching, since a poor seal vents your only cartridge in seconds. Worth carrying if you ride trails, gravel, or long road loops. Less compelling for short rides, close to home. Bike bottle cage holder. Baseline gear, but the side entry design is the actual reason to look at this one. Full suspension frames in smaller sizes often don't leave enough clearance for a top-loading cage, so side entry solves a fit problem rather than adding a feature. Retention arms with elastomeric contact points help keep the bottle seated over rough ground. The known weakness is material fatigue. Brittle resin blends crack at the arms after enough flexing. Cheap to buy, easy to replace, and hard to argue against. Now to the most technical item on the list. Bike radar taillight. This pairs a millimeter wave radar unit with a bright rear LED, detecting vehicles approaching from behind and pushing alerts to a head unit or phone over ANT+ and Bluetooth. Quoted detection range sits somewhere around 140 to 240 meters, depending on the unit. Be clear about what it does. It improves your awareness and increases your visual signature. It does not control how drivers behave. Battery drain under constant transmission and occasional pairing dropouts are the recurring complaints. At the typical premium price, it makes most sense for open road and night riders. Motorcycle cup bottle holder. Compatibility is the whole conversation here. Most designs clamp 2 bars roughly between 7/8 and 1¼ inches. And the flexible basket is meant to handle bottles or thermoses of varying sizes. The known weak point is slippage on polished chrome bars under load and wind. So rubberized inserts and properly torqued hardware matter more than the basket itself. Sensible for touring and cruiser riders who stop and go all day. If you drink at fuel stops anyway, you can skip it. Polarized UV, 400 sports sunglasses. Polarization earns its place by cutting reflected glare off wet asphalt and a hard-packed trail, which is a genuine comfort and a hazard spotting benefit, and UV 400 covers the full UVA and UVB range. The lightweight TR90 wrap frame is standard for the category. Where cheap pairs fail is optical quality, distortion toward the lens edge, and coatings that peel in humid conditions. Look for compliance with ISO 12312-1 or ANSIZ 80.3 rather than trusting the marketing text. High value buy when the optics are honest, disposable when they aren't. Hidden EMT B-bike bell loud. Plenty of riders skip a bell purely because they hate the look of one, then end up shouting on busy shared paths. This tucks into a headset spacer or lever mount instead, keeping the cockpit clean while still producing a clear high-decibel chime from a brass or copper alloy dome. Check your steerer or clamp diameter before buying, since fitment is specific. The realistic downside is that mud and grit can dull the striker mechanism over time. Genuinely useful if aesthetics were your only objection. Anti-vibration bike phone mount. The pitch is elastomer dampeners tuned to soak up the high-frequency buzz that can damage a phone's optical image stabilization. That risk is real on motorcycles and rough surfaces, but be realistic. Dampening reduces transmitted vibration, it doesn't eliminate it, and independent verification of any specific mount's performance is worth looking for before you trust it with an expensive phone. The bigger everyday concern is clamp slippage over cobbles and hard hits, so a secondary tether is cheap insurance. Strongest case is commuters and delivery riders navigating daily. The right upgrade here depends far more on your bike, your routes, and the problem actually annoying you than on which product looks most impressive. A radar light and a bottle cage aren't competing for the same rider. Tell me in the comments which of these you genuinely fit to your own cockpit, or which riding problem you want covered next. Links to everything are in the description below, and if this was useful, subscribing helps more of it reach you.